You wanted the best. You've got the best podcast. The hottest podcast in the world. The Chris Voss Show, the preeminent podcast with guests so smart you may experience serious brain bleed. The CEOs, authors, thought leaders, visionaries, and motivators. Get ready. Strap yourself in. Keep your hands, arms, and legs inside the vehicle at all times, because you're about to go on a monster education roller coaster with your brain. Now, here's your host, Chris Voss.
Hi, folks. It's Voss here from thechrisvossshow.com. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. There are links, things that makes official. Welcome to the big show. As always, the Chris Voss Show is a family that loves you and makes your life better by bringing you the most amazing guests, minds to share their thoughts, their journeys, their experiences in life, and give you maybe advice on how to do some of that yourself, whether you're an entrepreneur or whether you're somebody out there in the marketplace. Today, we have an amazing young man on the show. Today, we're going to be talking to Jason Dietrich about some of the things that he's involved with and what he's doing, and I think you'll find him very interesting. He is a passionate gentleman and certified STEM educator and currently serves as a communications specialist at Science Systems and Applications, Inc., with a strong commitment to advancing lots of opportunities in STEM. He uses social media outreach and podcasting to spotlight inspiring stories and broaden the reach of science communication. As a host of SSAI's podcast, he highlights the incredible work of employees across the organization, helping to ignite curiosity and empower the next generation of innovators. Diagnosed with hyperlexia, a form of autism, Jason experienced early academic challenges marked by exclusion. That changed when his middle school teachers introduced him to astronomy, physics, and environmental science, sparking a lifelong passion for STEM. What began as an academic refuge quickly transformed into a network of opportunity, both personally and professionally, through storytelling, communicating, through community engagement, and dynamic STEM education activities. He is dedicated to cultivating curiosity, educating and problem solving, and promoting the exchange of ideas, all in pursuit of more innovation future in science and technology. Welcome to the show, Jason. How are you?
Chris, it's an honor to be here. I'm doing great, thanks. How about yourself?
There you go. It's an honor to have you too. You're a smart guy. You're working in the science field. Science. It's what was that old line from Breaking Bad? Science, bitch. I loved it when he said it. So, Jason, give us .coms, .orgs, whatever. Tell us where people can learn more about you guys on the interwebs.
Absolutely. It's my pleasure, Chris. So I just wanted to share a little bit with your audience and viewers. As you very well mentioned, I am currently a communication specialist at Science Systems and Applications Incorporated, also known as SSAI. And for those of you that might not be as familiar with our organization, we are currently based in Lanham, Maryland, and we are literally right next to Goddard Space Flight Center. So we're about a mile away from there, which is super, super cool. And SSAI is a 48-year-old woman-owned small business, and we are helping to advance science, engineering, and technology to improve life on Earth. And driven by purpose and guided by innovation, we lead in science, engineering, and data analytics to address the world's most pressing societal and scientific challenges, from the depths of our oceans to the far reaches of space. And our mission is to expand knowledge of the universe through excellence in Earth and space science, develop cutting-edge technology solutions, and nurture talent for the well-being of humanity and the environment. And that's not just our mission, it's our daily work. And at SSAI, we bring together some of the brightest minds, whether it's scientists, engineers, educators, technicians, and communicators like myself, who are leading breakthrough efforts across disciplines, from life-saving weather modeling and remote sensing innovations to even supporting the U.S. Department of Defense through satellite-aided search and rescue. We turn data into action, and we are proud to deliver innovative, mission-driven solutions that make a difference for our nation, our community, communities and our planet. So for anybody who is curious and would like to learn more about what we do, what you can do is you can go to our website, which is www.ssAIHQ.com. And you can also search for us on our YouTube channel. I'm a podcast guy too myself, Chris, which is super fascinating.
Yeah.
I very much enjoy it. So what you all can do is on YouTube, you all can search for Science Systems and Applications Incorporated. So you'll be able to come across our channel. You'll be able to see a variety of stories that our company employees have shared. All of them are truly remarkable. I think we have 76 videos up on our channel right now. So that is another way to engage. For those of you who might be traveling on the road or traveling by air, you can definitely listen to our engaging stories that way too.
That's awesome, man. Science. How the world goes round, right?
Exactly.
Tell us in your words your story. I kind of alluded to some of it, where you went through a diagnosis of autism, and you turned this into a career. And what a great way to figure out a way to make things work for you. I mean, that's kind of what we all do in life. We try and figure out what our maybe true talents are.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more, Chris, with that. Well, and in terms of my story, just to highlight a little bit of that, going back to when I was 5 years old, that seemed like ages ago, just as a side note. That was a long time ago.
You and me. I wish I could go back at this pace, but they won't let me. So,
oh,
I asked.
But yeah, when I was 5 years old, I was diagnosed with hyperlexia. And for those of your audience and viewers who might not be as familiar with hyperlexia, you can think of it as like a brain. And hyperlexia is one particular stem of autism. So if the brain is autism, hyperlexia is one stem. Then there's like Asperger's, and the list goes on and on. But my parents noticed early on, at a very early age, that I was able to read words at such a high level. In kindergarten, I was reading equivalent to a fifth grader, and my parents were just absolutely amazed by that. They were like, wow, our son can really read. So what they did next was they started to ask me some questions in terms of, hey, Jason, what does this particular word or phrase mean? Because they thought that if I could read at such a high level, Chris, then I might be able to comprehend what I was reading. Yeah. So then they asked me those questions, but very often, Chris, I would respond with, I don't know. I don't know. So hyperlexia involves someone's ability to read words at such a high level, but yet struggles with reading comprehension. And I have to tell you, Chris, that early on in my educational journey, I unfortunately had teachers, including administrators, who are not very supportive of my skill sets and abilities at all. I had teachers and administrators who never showed me the time nor the effort that I needed in order to thrive, both personally, academically, and even emotionally. And I had one teacher, Chris, write a completely wrong evaluation about my skill set levels and my abilities, that when I transitioned on to middle school, my poor middle school teachers, including my learning support teacher, looked at the evaluation and they said, who is this kid? This isn't Jason at all. This is a totally different kid that they just wrote about. So I struggled quite a bit, Chris, in elementary school. But once I got to middle school, that's when my life changed, because my teachers saw that I struggled. And instead of, pushing me aside, what they did was they sat me down, they worked with me. And they got me introduced to STEM, like you mentioned. So I was introduced to astronomy, environmental science, and also a little bit of chemistry too. And I like the hands-on learning because, the way my mind works is I like to think outside the box. And, even though with hyperlexia, I might take some time in terms of, being able to think about something or comprehend what I'm reading, or, especially if I'm talking in social situations, because sometimes I I've struggled with that and dealing with anxiety as well. But they helped me to see, Chris, that hyperlexia is a very tiny thing. And they actually helped me to discover that hyperlexia is not a disability, but it is a superpower. And I want to express that to your audience and viewers. There's nothing wrong with a new way of thinking. And that's what my middle school teachers taught me. And they helped me to see that I was gifted in STEM. I had an eidetic memory, which helped me with studying. I also got involved with music. I'm a clarinet player and also a singer, as well, as a side note. So they helped me to identify all of these gifts that I never even knew I possessed. So it was just absolutely incredible. And instead of, walking on the ground or feeling like I never existed, like in elementary school, in middle school, I was walking on cloud nine. And it made all the difference to find teachers who cared and who made a difference in my life. And I just wanted to thank them, especially, for helping me to see and recognize that I'm valuable. I have a purpose in life. And now I'm dreaming even bigger.
Well, that is awesome. And you found a passion, sort of career and work that you're passionate about. I mean, that's the hardest thing to do, is find something that you like, you enjoy, you're passionate about it. And so I'm glad that came along for you. It's up until the most recent years, and probably even now, a lot of people that are on the spectrum, really weren't understood in the schools, especially, 50 years ago when I was in school. I'm really old.
I thought you were 35 as a side note.
Well, flattery will get you everywhere, my friend. And so I'm glad you found that. It's a real struggle being in a world that's, mostly filled with people who don't have autism or aren't on the spectrum, and we're kind of dumb compared to you guys. You guys are kind of savants in your own way, in a lot of ways. And you guys can do certain things like really, really good, like just exceptionally well. And, a lot of savants are autistic or on the spectrum, brilliant minds that, they can think beyond our level. I'm still trying to figure out how to open a can of worms. I don't know what that is.
That's a little disgusting as a side note. I don't like worms, but
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to trigger anything there. I thought it was a good double joke. I can't even figure out how to open a can of tuna. Yeah, I figured worms, and guess what? Ironically I'd opened a trauma trigger.
Oh, there you go.
Sorry about that. But yeah, worms are kind of gross, especially if they're covered in all that stuff. So now, can you tell us more about the mission and the vision of SSAI? Like, what role does the company play in advancing science? Are you strictly a company that works with governments, or do you work with other companies as well?
Yeah, that's a great question, Chris. I'm more than willing to highlight that. So in terms of SSAI, we are a private business, and we primarily work in the government sector and the government agency. Like I said, we are a woman-owned minority small business that's been around for 48 years. We celebrated our 48th year anniversary this past April, which was very, very exciting. And in terms of, our core, SSAI is driven by a purpose, and this is our true purpose: to improve life on Earth through innovation and leadership in science, engineering, data analytics, and also technology. And our vision extends beyond projects and programs. We strive to answer the world's most important societal and scientific questions, like I said, from the depths of our oceans to the far reaches of space. And our mission focuses on expanding knowledge of the universe through excellence in Earth and space science, developing cutting-edge engineering, science, and technology solutions, and nurturing talent for the well-being of humanity and the environment. And, in terms of my role, Chris, just to speak a little bit about my role as a communications specialist, what I am responsible for doing is taking all of the projects that SSAI is currently doing and also pursuing, and coming up with meaningful ways of sharing the story in an engaging way, whether it's through social media, whether it's through podcasting, etc. And we work with many different organizations. Some of our partners are NASA, NOAA, the U.S. Department of Agriculture. We're also getting into the Department of Defense, like I mentioned earlier as well. So we have many different global organizations who we partner with and work with. And a lot of our team members, for example, a lot of our team members work with NASA's Global Modeling and Assimilation Office. But for example, some of our team members contribute to life-saving weather models that forecast wildfire risks and even tsunami threats. Others use remote sensing to predict water quality changes and harmful algal blooms, which is helping communities act before crises occur.
Yeah.
And we're also helping to develop the future of Earth system modeling through contributions to the JEDI Geos-coupled data assimilation system. By improving how we integrate satellite and observational data, we're enhancing the accuracy of environmental predictions across the globe. But what really sets us apart, Chris, is how we translate science into action. We also do citizen science initiatives like training communities to collect real-world environmental data, or building do-it-yourself tools like the Stella spectrometer. We make science engaging and available from classrooms to college campuses. And our creative team even brings science to life through games like Snap It and Eclipse Photo Adventure, which, believe it or not, Chris, this year was nominated for an International Webby Award.
Wow.
So, which was very, very cool. And again, Chris, as I mentioned, we also believe in storytelling. So communicators like myself, we take all of the complex data and we come up with meaningful ways to share those stories. And we also have programs like Black Marble that reveal Earth's nighttime patterns, which helps to support emergency response and environmental monitoring. And then, finally, through NASA's RSET training program, which is NASA's Applied Remote Sensing Education Training Program, we've trained, well over 140,000 people about natural disasters and, how best to, prepare for, different weather conditions on our planet. And we're sharing it widely, ensuring the data can be used by decision makers, educators, and everyday citizens. So whether it's through innovation, education, or empowerment, our goal is simple: to leave the world better than we found it. And we are just getting started.
Well, that's awesome. That's awesome. Leave the world a better way than you found it. Someone was asking me the other day what my purpose was. And I was like, yeah, leave the world a better way than you found it. Make sure you really take advantage of doing the best you can for everybody and stuff. And that's really cool. So you guys develop this information, help these different government entities do it. Why is science so important? We're kind of seeing in 2025 here kind of some attacks on science and knowledge and people that are professional and professors and colleges, and we're kind of seeing this attack. Why is science so important, other than we just can't all sit around with voodoo dolls and maybe poke things? Like why do you feel science is such an indelible part of the human experience?
That's a wonderful question, Chris. And I do have to say that in terms of why I feel that science is very important, or STEM, one of the main reasons is it helps to develop curiosity. because there are, some problems that we have in our society, today that are very complex, and it requires creative and innovative solutions to them. Since we have had, technology advance, over the last 50, 60 years or so, that has made, our problems, even more complex and even more evolving. And, I remember, Chris, I think early on, 50 to 60 years ago with, STEM education, I wasn't quite born yet at the time. No offense, to you or anybody else in your audience, but I read that a lot of times STEM education was just taught through rote memorization and straight through a textbook where, they just filled out, worksheets and then they just memorized it. Well, nowadays, that doesn't work anymore. Because since we've had, all of these major, innovations over these last several years, these problems, require higher level thinking skills. And what I like especially, about STEM, Chris, is it's hands-on. And, I like using my hands, and I'm a very visual thinker. STEM is very visual. So whether you are outside looking up at the stars, if you're an astronomer, whether you're doing a chemistry experiment, whether you are out in the mines, whether you are out looking at rocks through geology, the sky is the limit. And on top of that, too, one of the big things that, I see with STEM and why it's so important is it gets you to dream a bit as well. Because I am someone who likes to dream big, and I'm actually someone who wants to be an astronaut one day myself. Because, we all have to realize and understand that, with STEM, there's no one right way of thinking. There's multiple different ways of, avenues to pursue. And STEM, I feel, provides multiple different highways of opportunity. And it's important that we engage with the next generation and, with everybody to let them know that there's an opportunity for you if you are interested. And we can't exclude, people like myself, especially, who might be neurodiverse. And because, somebody like myself, Chris, you don't know, if somebody like myself could be responsible for helping to come up with a cure for cancer that has killed millions of people globally. Somebody else could be responsible for helping to develop a cure for Alzheimer's. They could also be responsible for helping to develop a colony like on Mars or on another planet, similar to what Elon Musk is looking into as well. So, and, like I said, since I want to be an astronaut, I'm inspiring the next generation to say, look, with STEM, since it's very hands-on and very visual, it really gets you to dream big. And I know it's, not a straight path from point A to point B. It's many different zigzags. But, in terms of STEM or, STEAM as well, there's also the A that is applied as well with the arts. You definitely want to encourage, many different avenues. And for anybody who's passionate about music, whether you're a clarinet player or, whether you're a singer like myself, we can't put those limitations either, because I've seen, people going after the arts as well, which is concerning because that's another avenue or another branch that is getting extremely limited. So in terms of that, Chris, that is definitely what I've seen. And we really need to engage our generations to do higher level thinking and more hands-on learning, because that will enable these generations to see, what is the purpose behind this? Why am I doing this? And how does it apply to my real life, rather than just, reading through a textbook and memorizing it.
There you go. You're right. It's science is so important. We're learning so much about our world, how it is, and you never know who that person is who's going to be able to fix disease, come up with like when we had COVID, the mRNA vaccine. Someone had developed that, and thank God, because it turns out it was a kind of a great key for that. You just never know. I mean, you can look at the iPhone, Steve Jobs. What if Steve Jobs had never been his father hadn't been allowed into the U.S. as an immigrant from Syria? How would our world be different without some of his influence? Would there have been somebody who had developed an iPhone? Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? Maybe we'd still be typing on Blackberries.
Right.
Yeah. So these are real important. Are you guys hiring at all? I mean, there's a lot of people getting laid off these days. I don't know if there's other people that you guys offer advantages to that way, or is it pretty tight right now in the marketplace?
Yes, well, great question, Chris. In regards to hiring, yes, we are still hiring for our positions. So we definitely do have open positions out there. So despite all of the challenges that we're all going through right now, it's not just us. Everybody is adjusting to these challenges, and that's definitely what comes with a new administration. There's nothing wrong with new ideas, and it's important that we express new ideas. So but what we have to do is we have to adapt to any changes that occur and come, because I know that sometimes, especially for somebody like myself, Chris, if like something changed originally early on in my educational journey with hyperlexia, I would get very, very stressed. I would get very worked up. And I wouldn't be as flexible. But nowadays I have, the ability to be able to cope with that. And, with SSAI, we have survived over the last 48 years, whether it's within a Republican administration or a Democrat administration. So there is, no reason on the very face of this planet, why we wouldn't be able to adapt to any changes. All of our people at our company, including our company executives, they care. And there's a true family feel at SSAI, Chris. We all really care about each other. There's opportunities to get to know your managers and your company executives as well. And that definitely makes all the difference. And, our company executives especially are looking at, these changes that are going on right now, but we're also thinking ahead, into the future. We're looking into AI, artificial intelligence, and machine learning. We've got, scientists who are doing a lot of great work with AI and machine learning. So there's some pros and some cons associated with that, as you very well know. But we are definitely still hiring. Which is wonderful. So I definitely encourage, your audience and viewers to please check out for any, open opportunities that we have. And we also have opportunities as well in manufacturing too. One of our other partner companies that we work with is called Advanced Mission Partnerships. That's in Linthicum Heights, Maryland. So that is another separate organization that we do work with as well. So there's lots of cool opportunities out there. So we're definitely adapting, and sometimes it's hard to keep up with a lot of changes that have come very quickly over these last several months, but we're definitely doing well.
There you go. Awesome sauce. And I'm glad for that, because we need more science. I mean, I tried the voodoo doll thing and it didn't work out well. It didn't even work. That was the darndest thing. And I was like, this satanic voodoo shit doesn't work. Maybe I need to sacrifice more goats or something. Don't do that, folks. It's just a joke. Anyway, what else? Now what do you talk about on the podcast? Do you have guests on the podcast on your YouTube channel? I think it is. Tell us about that some.
Absolutely. So, like I said, Chris, we have, I believe, 76 videos up right now. So the podcast originally started about a year and a half ago or so. So I've been with SSAI for almost 2 years. Once October comes, it'll officially be 2 years. So I started out as an intern back in October of 2023, and the podcast started we had our first recording in December of 2023, but our official channel came out in the new year in 2024. So in terms of the guest guests that we have on our podcast episodes, we have a wide range of employees that we have spotlighted over the past year and a half. We have, again, scientists, engineers, people who work in IT. We also have educators / communicators who highlight a series of their multiple projects that they are involved in. And again, it can range, from remote sensing, agriculture, also the RCEP program, for example, and many other elements and topics. But the main purpose of the podcast episode, Chris, is to highlight SSAI's subject matter expertise. That's the whole point of all of the episodes that we have. Each of our guests brings forth many different experiences, many different projects, and many different expertise areas or topics of interest. So our goal is to not only, spread the word about SSAI and the great work that we are doing with our many global partners and organizations, but we're trying to highlight, what problems are we trying to solve, and how is it benefiting humanity, and why is it benefiting humanity? That's definitely a big question, especially that I like about science and STEM or STEAM as well, is you get to ask, what is it? How could it potentially work? And, why is it going to benefit our society? So in terms of, all of the stories, Chris, that I have heard from all of our, rock star employees, because all of them are, I've just been very fascinated by each of their stories and each of their projects. And I actually learned something new that I never even knew was going on at SSAI as well. So it's just a nice way to, engage with them in a nice, lighthearted conversation. And, it's also to, learn some cool STEM innovations that are going on at my company as well. So we definitely have, plenty more podcasts that are coming. And also, please definitely, be on the lookout for, some highlights from our internship programs as well, because we offer internships too.
There you go. So younger people maybe coming out of college and stuff can come and do the intern thing and all that good stuff.
Absolutely, yes. Well, and believe it or not, one of our programs that we have is called Explore. I believe it's the Experience Learning, Observing, Real World Education Program. That's definitely a long acronym. I'm glad I remembered that. So
good for you, man. Good, you got it.
I appreciate that. So, but the Explorer internship program has been around, for I think probably the last, several years or so. But for this summer, we hosted a group of interns from a variety of different, fields and a variety of different settings, here in Maryland. And what they did was they were partnered with a mentor. So based on their field of interest or field of study, they got, paired with a mentor who is doing the exact work that they are looking into or that they are interested in. And these students are college students. They can be freshmen, sophomore, all the way up to senior as well. And, sometimes we recently get, graduates as well. Sometimes, that happens as well. So it's definitely a nice way for them to get hands-on experience because, again, rather than just learning through a textbook and, doing rote memorization, it's a nice way to, connect with a mentor, make a global impact like they have been doing. And also, too, it helps them to become a part of the SSAI family. And, we were very thrilled and honored to have them as part of the SSAI family. And we're looking forward to doing many, many more experiences. And, I can definitely talk about, more what some of our interns did. But, for example, they got to tour the NASA Goddard weather station.
Oh, wow.
as well, which was, super cool. We toured that last week. It was very, very hot. It was close to 100 degrees. That was the only downfall with that tour, was the insane heat. But it was nice for all of the interns to see, some of the instruments that Goddard has, see some of the photometers through Aeronet, and, see how we track, weather and analyze Earth's changing atmosphere. So it's those kinds of experiences that really enable the next generation to see what kinds of opportunities are out there for them. And I'm very psyched and very honored to be one of the members of SSAI helping to promote this.
There you go. Well, I'm glad you guys are out there, because like I said, those voodoo dolls didn't work at all. So people are like, Chris is really into voodoo, or he's just out of jokes, one of the two. So there you go. So as we go out, give people a final pitch out to reach out to you guys, the .coms, where they can get to know more about you as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Chris, like I said to your audience and viewers who are currently listening, please definitely check out our website, ssai.hq.com, for multiple internship and, job opportunities. If you are passionate about science, exploration, and humankind, SSAI is the place for you. Please definitely check out our YouTube channel, where, again, we encourage you to subscribe, like, share, and comment in terms of each of our videos that we have. There's definitely more videos that are going to be coming. So I'm very excited to be working on those. And in addition to that, the final thing I'll say is, as well, we're expanding into the Department of Defense as well. So if anybody is interested in, partnering with us, we are, looking into showcasing our DoD capabilities as well. So we encourage anybody and any organization that's out there who's interested and wants to partner with us in that realm, please don't hesitate to reach out. And I'm, more than happy, Chris, to provide my email address as well,
Sure.
for people to reach out as well. So those are some cool opportunities and ways that you can engage with me and also my organization further.
All right. Well, that's awesome, man. We got some good details in there. So thank you very much for coming on the show. We really appreciate it.
Yeah. Chris, it was a huge honor to be on your show. I greatly appreciate it, and looking forward to continuing the great work and, going into space one day. So maybe I'll be able to see you from space.
There you go. And you're kicking ass as a great podcaster and communicator as well. You're doing a great job. So there you go. People should check out the YouTube channel and enjoy that. Thanks, Monis, for tuning in. Go to goodreads.com/Chris Voss, LinkedIn.com/Chris Voss, Chris Voss1 on the TikTok, any and all those crazy places on the internet. Be good to each other. Stay safe. We'll see you next time.